Our first presenter tonight will be Molly George. Molly graduated in 2014 from McNeary Central High School and in 2018 from the University of Memphis, and is now studying to get her master's in education from the University of Memphis. Please welcome Molly George.
Hello. I did not anticipate going first, so this is weird. As far as being helpful in the development of my sister's talents, I would say yes, wholeheartedly, 100%. I taught her just about everything that she knows when it comes to athletics. But actually, I've never played any sport seriously, ever in my life, so she got all of those great genes. So I do have this great honor of introducing my favorite athlete of the night. Caroline and I have known each other for about 24 years, give or take a few days. She is my big sister, and I am her biggest fan, one of them, of many. Like I said, I've never actually played a sport, but I think I can rival many people in this room and say that I've seen more softball games than just about anybody at my age. Thousands of them. I never missed any. There's no telling how many games I went to, how many cheeseburgers I ate from the concession stand, and how many pitches that I've seen Caroline throw, but I've seen them all. And I've gotten the great experience of watching her grow into this awesome person. And I see that you don't have to know the difference between a curveball and a screwball and a slider and fastball, if those are things at all. You don't have to know the difference to see how this sport really has shaped her and impacted her into becoming just a really awesome person. She is resilient and compassionate and so hardworking. In each of these traits she developed during her time as a Lady Bobcat. Of the awards and trophies and records and things, I don't remember all of those. I don't remember the batters or the strikeouts or the teams that she played. I do remember those really, really hot summer nights outside in the yard, watching Caroline pitch and chasing after wild pitches on my bicycle. Dad would sit on his painter's bucket and catch, and when he missed them, which happened very often, especially after she got really good, I'd just hop on my bicycle and I would catch the softballs and put them in there and drop them at her feet, and she would just keep going. And I can remember hearing that sound every single afternoon of the yellow softball just slapping Dad's catcher's mitt. And I can really distinctly remember the smell of that nasty black knee brace that we carried across the southeastern part of this country to every single game. And I mean, it stunk bad. And my favorite memory I have of Caroline as a Lady Bobcat was when the baseball team every year would get this wild hair that they could hit off of her. And so once every year she'd go out there and she'd throw them pitches, and she just smoked all of them every year. And then it was never brought up again. Everybody was very hush after that. But that is what I'm most proud of. And I definitely remember going to pick her up from physical therapy after her knee surgeries. But she would just cry, and I remember thinking, wow, she is crazy for doing this, for like going through all this stuff just so she can get out there and play ball again. But she kept working and she practiced every day to get back to her team, to get back to this game. And now I see that the commitment and dedication and determination that she gave and had for her sport is so rare, and it really is outstanding. Her love of this game came from a passion that most of us can really only hope to experience. And I was lucky enough to see it all firsthand, so thank you for that. So for the stats, I had to look up most of these terms to see what they mean. During Caroline's time at McNeary Central, she started her sophomore year taking the mound at a stocky 5'10" and 90 pounds. In those 3 years, she was a 3-time All-West Tennessee player and a 3-time All-District athlete. She threw for a total of 932 strikeouts as a Lady Bobcat, including 5 no-hitters, 13 one-hitters, and 36 shutouts. That's when nobody scores, by the way. She threw a school record 9-inning perfect game and struck out a record 25 batters in a 14-inning game against Lexington, which I'm confident that she would have finished herself had she not been injured. She completed all of this following 2 knee surgeries and years of physical therapy to get back to the game and her team. Following her time at McNary Central, Caroline went on to play softball at Union University, where she graduated with honors in 2013 with a degree in sports management. She received her master's in the same field at Delta State University in 2015 and is now getting her PhD in the same field that she should receive in a couple of years. So not only can she throw that ball really hard, she's super smart. But to me, while all these records and successes are amazing and so worthy of recognition, these aren't what make Caroline a Hall of Famer. She has used her love for the sport to teach and coach other young girls from how to throw a fastball to how to develop confidence on the pitcher's mound and beyond. She's doing the hard work now of advocating for women's equality in athletics so that young girls can quite literally step up to the plate and start swinging without having to worry about getting a fair shot. She, along with many other women in this room, gave girls in the community and school someone to look up to and to cheer for. And that is what I'm most proud of. I'm going to cry, I love her. That, I think, is what makes Caroline a Hall of Famer. So, without further ado, it's my great pleasure to introduce my big sis and number 13, Caroline George Fletcher.
Now, while I may have gotten, this is going to be rough, sorry guys. I may have gotten all of the athletic ability, one thing I am envious of Molly is her ability to get up and speak in front of just about anybody. So y'all bear with me, it's kind of an emotional night for me, and we also, my mom and I also went to see the new dog movie that's out. Not a good idea. But anyway, I wanted to, first of all, thank the committee for selecting me into this prestigious group of people. And I want to congratulate all the inductees tonight on this accomplishment. I'm really excited to be here tonight, but I think we can all agree that the person most excited and most deserving of this honor is Stacy Knoll. And I personally wanted to thank him for supporting the sports at this school for so long. There's a special group of people here, and I wanted to acknowledge the ones that helped get me, to help me achieve this special honor. Coach Mel and my teammates from 2006 to 2009 who put their faith in me, especially my catcher, Cassidy Mosier, who called every pitch, whether in our high school or travel ball games. My pitching coaches, there are several. My first one was my dad, got me started early. Jessica Crosser, Heather Hall, who I ended up playing for at Union. But those people were really instrumental in my career at McNary Central. But the next few will never fully understand the impact that they had on making me who I am. My grandparents, the ones who are no longer with us, but who would have no doubt been at every game. And the ones who are here, my nanny and Papa Ray. My nanny married Ray Counts when I was about 10. And I tell you, the sport of softball was never the same. I don't know that there has ever been a person to become as big of a fan so quickly as Ray Counts. Through my career as a Selmer Lady Lion, a McNary Central Bobcat, a West Tennessee Star, and a Union University Lady Bulldog, there were few games that he and my nanny missed, and I didn't appreciate it then nearly as much as I do now. My two sisters, Katie and Molly, who spent so much of their time at my games when I'm sure they could have been doing something more enjoyable. They are my built-in cheerleaders and best friends. my mom. A saying I quote, I find myself thinking about a lot, goes like this: I'm a strong woman because a strong woman raised me. And she's the strongest person I've ever known. After a cancer diagnosis last year, I bought my mom this shirt that was created for this campaign by Lauren Conrad. And the proceeds went to cancer research at St. Jude, so I thought it was pretty fitting. It's just a plain white t-shirt, and near the left chest says the words, "I got it from my mama." I have one too, and while I was wearing it before I gave her hers, she read my shirt and said, "I don't know who you got it from, but it wasn't me." And she meant that too. And this was after her second of 6 chemo treatments. So I handed her the shirt along with the purpose behind this t-shirt campaign, printed on a piece of paper, and it reads, "Lauren Conrad created this shirt to let the world know where you got your awesomeness from, your mom." I wear that shirt with pride because I not only get my awesomeness from my mom, I also get my strength, my courage, my determination, my never quit attitude from her. I'm one of 3 girls, obviously, and she gave us examples growing up of strong female role models like Serena Williams, Hillary Clinton, and Maya Angelou. But I don't know that she ever realized she was setting the best example of a strong woman, the example that I needed. The example I needed to become the strong woman who had all those strikeouts and set those records, got knocked down by 3 knee surgeries, but kept coming back. The one I needed to become the strong woman standing before you tonight. And last but not least, my first coach, and my favorite coach, my dad. There's a recurring joke in my family that I'm my dad's favorite. The day of my wedding, 2 years ago, my dad was on the front porch crying. When Molly went out there to talk to him, she said, "Dad, I know she's your favorite, but it's going to be okay." Without hesitation, he said, "Yeah, she is." Now, all laughter aside, my dad loves all his children equally, but we have a special relationship that was built on a painter's bucket, countless nights pitching in the driveway and at the tennis courts, traveling to games all over the state of Tennessee and beyond. This man has seen more ball games, ballparks, and nights on buckets than most people, but he never complained until some curveballs got away from me and found his shins. I didn't realize it then, but the time spent in the driveway and at the tennis court shaped me into the woman I am today, and for that, I am eternally grateful. And to both of my parents, I can't begin to explain the financial and emotional support that y'all provided for me. So many Gatorades during the middle of ball games, hauling me back and forth to physical therapy, and just being there emotionally. So because of this people, I was able to become a person worthy of influencing the next generation of athletes. I was around Kelly Beth Ernest this past weekend, and she was telling me about the rec league softball games that she was at several years ago, before she even started pitching. And she had gotten away from her mama and papa, and they finally ran into her and found her, and she was glued to the fence of one of my ball games. And so she turned around and she told her papa that she wanted to do that one day. And Katie Turner's dad, Mark, reached out to me a couple years ago when the Lady Cats were making their second trip to the state tournament. A lot of you may not know, but I gave Katie her first few pitching lessons when she first started. Mark messaged me on Facebook and said, "Just wanted to tell you thank you for helping Katie get started pitching. She's turned into a really good ball player and an even better person. And we just wanted to say thank you. You were a big part of her being who she is today." And the last one occurred just a few months ago when my sister Katie FaceTimed me on a Saturday morning. Our FaceTime conversations usually consist of her showing me Jack and Bailey, my niece and nephew who are here tonight. And this conversation was no different. She told me they were eating brunch before Jack's baseball game, and Jack wanted to show me something. As he turned around, revealing the 13 on the back of his jersey, I turned into a puddle of tears He was wearing his Keiko's number. Oh. When your playing days are over, it's not the memories or the triumphs or accomplishments. It's not the memories of the triumphs or accomplishments from 10 years ago that mean the most, although those memories are still with me today. The moments that mean the most are the ones I just mentioned. Those are the moments that I will carry with me, because through this sport, I was able to make an impact on people that I wasn't aware I was making as a high school athlete. If I can inspire the next generation of strong women and my nephew, who will gain confidence in themselves through this sport, well, that means more than any record I could ever hold. Again, I want to congratulate all the other inductees tonight and the Hall of Fame committee for choosing me to be a McNary Central Sports Hall of Famer. I am truly honored. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention my husband, who traveled over 3 hours and will leave after tonight. They're in the middle of football camp at Delta State, and it really means a lot to me that you're here. So, thank you very much.
Let's hear it for number 13.